Welcome to my shop. This is a tour of my actual shop. Some people have actually asked me to make a tour of the shop, and this is it. This is my metrology section of the shop. Toolmaker's microscope with some wood on top. My surface plate is here. Metrology equipment there. Height measurement. And this is where my computer used to be, and one of the speakers was there. A bit of a bookshelf with a small collection of cars, air conditioner, toolboxes with some crap hanging in front, and this is, I guess, the IT part of the shop. Server, 24 port switch, Wi-Fi access point behind there. All of this is off at this time. It's one of the reasons why my videos have a lot of background noise, is because of that server. Screen and keyboard to manage it. This is my chemicals, quote-unquote, cabinet. Still full of things here. All kinds of paints and grease and oil and glue. And underneath, there's that cabinet, the red cabinet with some crap in front of it. That's my 3D printing cabinet. And underneath that, it's the corded power tools. This is where my 3D printers used to be. And the reason why I say used to be is because I'll explain in the end. And my smaller Delta printers were up here before. Those two I've actually sold off. This is a van shelf that's been bolted to the wall. It holds a bunch of different things, taps and dies here, drill bits, reamers. I have a bunch of reamers here, surface grinding wheels, abrasives like Scotch-Brite and sanding sponges and so on and so forth, and different kind of materials here, soldering materials up here. I usually clip whatever measuring tapes I have. Underneath this is actually, these are architect's files, and I have sockets and wrenches and metrology equipment over here. More metrology equipment. A ton of files. Lathe tooling, saw blades, etc. And of course, this is my Logan lathe. She's been a pride and joy to own, and I've done a lot of nice things, and this is really my first machine tool. I love it dearly, and she still works better than I've ever had it working. I have the Gibbs adjusted now and everything else. Of course, the tachometer, and a wall of crap. Over here I used 3D printer spools, bolted them to the door. Usually I put my extension cords here. They're not here at the moment because I will explain at the end of the video. And my Atlas horizontal milling machine. I've done a video series of this, and I'll put a link in the description. There's also built-in cabinets, storage for the Atlas components, tools, so on and so forth. Little 3D printed thing that holds Allen keys for this vise. My shaper, also another one of my favorite tools here. It's an awesome machine, my Atlas B7, 7B I should say. And this is my Sanford Model MG. This one I haven't really powered up, probably 6 months. I haven't done a lot of work with it. And yeah, it's gonna be I'm going to be using this again fairly soon. And of course, what shop is complete without having a kitchen sink? Yes, my shop actually has a kitchen sink. It's for washing hands and so on and so forth. I have some plumbing scattered on top. On top over there I have a coffee machine and my 3 tumblers. I've done a video on this drill press as well, link in the description again. And this was actually a very fun restoration project. It's actually one of my most successful machine related videos. And that's one of my benches, which is full of crap. Usually my shop, to my defense, is actually a lot cleaner than what you see here, but yeah, there's a reason for that. Underneath I have projects and tooling and materials, and on top, because my shop is very low, I have the beams over here, and the actual beams, they hold you know, different types of tools, etc., and materials. And I have a mini lathe over there. I've never used it. I bought it really cheap, and the reason why I bought it, it actually came with a Kennedy cabinet that was actually worth more than the lathe. But I will keep that, and I think that's going to be a fun project one day. My Craftsman tombstone grinder, which is awesome. Kennedy box right behind it. My Delta 4x6 saw, bandsaw. This has actually been a really good tool, and it was a Craigslist find. It was actually a free pickup. One of my Delta printers is here. I don't use it very much. I have a what is this thing? A hand hoist. Basically a chain operated hand hoist. This was actually a freebie a buddy of mine gave me. And behind there is the back of my CNC milling machine, which you guys have probably seen videos about. And I didn't make a video about making the doors, but here they are. You know, I put some weather stripping around them. The doors close, and the spindle, even cutting, it's extremely quiet. I haven't trimmed the mill to my liking yet. This is the finish that I get with 100% step over. It's not the greatest, but it's a step in the right direction. The computer system and the controls for the CNC router are here. This is the water cooling unit over here. Of course, it's not plugged in. There's a single plug here. Screen on a mount, swivel, radiator, pump, reservoir, little computer. Controls everything. Doesn't run on Mach 3. It runs on something called USB CNC. And this concludes the actual tour of my shop. So now I'll tell you what's going on. So obviously what you saw was the 5-cent tour of the shop. I have a little shop here. I believe it's what is it, 14 by maybe 18, something like that. Tiny little shop. At the highest point is about 6 feet 1 inches between the floor and the rafters. I know, because I'm about 6'1" and my head just literally brushes against it. And there's other points where I gotta duck down and kind of make my way through. And the reason for this shop tour is because I'm going to be dismantling the shop. I'm going to be moving. I'm going to set up a temporary shop at a new location, and things are going to change. This place is going to be turned into a storage location. No, I'm not opening up a business. This is still a hobby for me. I'm enjoying every minute of it. The moment this becomes a business, it becomes a job. And right now it's mostly about having fun. It's my release outside of my normal day job. Is this area, this shop, this environment, finding my inner peace and enjoying what I do. So I hope you guys will stick around, and the videos will be a bit sporadic here and there, and I may make a video about how I moved the lathe or the milling machine, these things. I haven't planned all of that 100% yet, but I have some ideas. Everything was placed in here with the idea that one day it will be moved out as well. It wasn't placed in here to be a permanent fixture of the house. So hopefully you guys will join me, and I'll stop rambling now, and I wish you guys a good day or a good night or whatever else, and I hope you're staying safe, and thanks for watching. Bye.